So, were you troubled at all about last night's game? Anything bothered you? The fact that they had 4 shots on goal in the third period when they were down by 1?
Well, certainly hockey is a humbling game, and the way the Penguins are playing, and certainly since Christmas, they've been one of the hottest teams in the National Hockey League. So at times it's going to be frustrating, and certainly the ebbs and flows of a series. But that third period, they really bottled up the neutral zone, and I think if you listen to the players and AV, the coach, after the game, they alluded to that they're going to do a better job of penetrating through the neutral zone, entering the offensive zone with speed, because what Pittsburgh were doing was they were standing up, forcing the Rangers to dump it in, and then they were just lobbing the puck out or taking the easy out and forcing the Rangers to regroup and go through the same motion again, and having 4 shots. It's difficult, even with a younger goalie. This Murray's is a real good goalie. He's been a great goalie at every level, probably the best goaltender in the American League for the last year or so. It doesn't get any easier, but at the same time, this Ranger team's a resilient group, and they will make adjustments. That's what playoff hockey is all about.
Yeah, he's 10-2-1 in his last 13 decisions, so certainly he's a good goaltender, but an inexperienced one, Adam. And I had a chance to talk to Scott Arniel, associate coach, going into the third period, and he said we need to get more shots on goal. And they get 4. Yeah, I think they're too unselfish, if that's a thing, because I think they try to pass instead of shoot. I saw Dominic Moore pass up a couple of really glorious opportunities in the second period. So that, I don't want to say they're too nice, but how do you stop yourself from being too unselfish and start firing some pucks at the net?
Well, I think it's obviously something conscious where you have to watch tape and you have to see it, and then you make a conscious decision that you have to get rubber on the net and really penetrate and stop at the post or in front, get traffic in front of the goaltender. But I would not argue with you at all, because I watched the game as well, and certainly it's a lot easier for me now watching the game from 200 feet above. It makes the game a lot easier. But I think if you asked any of the Ranger players, they would tell you that they passed up some opportunities trying to make. And they are an unselfish group, so it's something that they will make adjustments. So they're an experienced group. They'll watch the video and again make adjustments, get rubber on the net, and get some traffic and get some dirty opportunities to really put it home. And I think that when you look at this series, this is going to be a series that's back and forth. I mean, that was great playoff hockey. Certainly, we didn't like the result, but it was electric in the Garden, and the speed of the game was fantastic.
Now, what did you think of the Letang hit?
Well, we've talked about that before. It's such a quick game, and certainly anytime someone and I know what it's like to lose teeth. It's not fun, and certainly you always anytime that happens, you'd love to have the power play. But the game is a quick game, and when you watch the replay, it happens so quick, and everyone moves up the ice. And then you see a guy that doesn't miss a shift. That's how tough he is, and certainly a tribute to the way he plays and as hard as he plays. But at the same time, you'd love to have a power play, but it didn't happen, and you can't use it as an excuse.
Can I throw out one as someone who was, I'm sorry, Adam, as someone who was happy about the result of last night's game. And you guys give me no credit for the fact that the Penguins are winning this series 2-1. Watching Sid the Kid, and I admit that I am biased as a Penguins fan. I am very biased. And I grew up watching Super Mario, who got to play against quite a bit. Am I crazy for seeing a certain, when he's at his best, when Sid's at his best, he does seem to have this certain air to him that is Mario-like. Even on his goal last night, there's just a certain touch with which he plays the game, the decisions, sometimes the pass he makes, it's like it's not the pass you think he's going to make. He sees someone that, at least as an outside viewer, you don't see him even going to. Are there similarities there, or is it just me as a fanboy who sees it that way?
Okay, well, just a caveat, because he is the fanboy. You and I will discuss that after off screen.
Okay,
but
sounds like trouble.
But I will say, I'm only kidding. Respectfully, you know what? He's one of those elite players. He's one of those special generational players. There's no question about it. I think since they've had the coaching change, he's been maybe the most dominant player in the National Hockey League. He does see things that other players don't. That's why he's been so celebrated since he was a kid. Up in Canada, you heard about this kid, Sidney Crosby, through his pro career, and you saw that yesterday. I mean, it was an incredible pass by Kessel across the crease, right on the tape, and only a guy like him could figure out a way, because a lot of people thought it went off his shins. I thought it went right off his stick. and it was a perfect pass. But he's a guy that you have to respect every time he's on the ice, and he's one of those guys that whether he has the puck or he doesn't have the puck, you better be careful because you might be picking your pocket and stealing a puck and making a play. But those are those are the type of things that you expect out of those great players. And you're absolutely correct. I had the privilege of playing against Mario, and certainly one of the greatest of all time, and someone that made the game look easy. And he was always the one guy that I thought could deke through the whole other team. He was that talented, and certainly although he was a competitor and certainly played hard against him, he was someone I had a great deal of respect for and loved to watch play the game.
Adam, we were all shocked that Ryan McDonough played last night. We thought he was done for the series, and he comes back and he practiced hard. He competed in all the drills. What did you think of his performance last night?
I thought he had a real strong game, and certainly he's a character guy. That's why he's wearing the C. I thought that he was really strong, and he's so just physically his skating is exceptional, and he's a guy that is so strong. Certainly, anytime you go through an injury, sometimes it takes you back a little bit of time to get your timing back. But I thought he jumped right in and played well. I thought Brady Shea. He's playing light years ahead of his age, and certainly I thought had a really, really strong game last night. But I think you're going to see Mac is only going to get stronger. That's a good part, and we're going to need him. This Pittsburgh Penguins team is an excellent hockey club, and it's going to take our best to even the series and then try to take control of it.